Good afternoon or morning or evening, depending on when you're watching this. English 155 students, just wanted to check in with you with a brief update. So this is week 5, and this week we are reading chapter 4 and 5 in our textbook. Now, this is kind of like the second unit of the class, and chapter 4, 5, and 6 all detail the different stages of the writing process. Chapter 4, you want to spend some time with chapter 4. This actually kind of coincides with an upcoming project that you'll have, but chapter 4 is all about planning, the planning stage. I have a video below this one, goes into a little bit more detail, but it's thinking about your purpose, general purpose. Is it going to be to inform, to persuade? Am I asking somebody to collaborate? Maybe your purpose is to entertain. And it's starting to plan, thinking about what is my purpose, what's the scope of my message, and who is my audience. And you'll see that a significant portion of chapter 4 is spent focusing on an audience analysis, thinking about who the likely intended audience is, how are they likely to react, what are their attitudes and values. And it's something that's really important, that before we even draft up our message, we should start thinking about, what does my audience expect? Maybe you're sending a cover letter to a future employer, or a letter to your boss, or maybe you'd like to appeal a grade that you received in a class. Before you begin the message, you need to start thinking about, what does this person value? How are they likely to respond? Because that's going to affect how you approach the subject itself. So go through chapter 4, and if you have questions, post them on the discussion board. There's a lot of things to consider. What's the best medium for this message? And I cover that a little bit in the video below. And then chapter 5 is kind of the second stage. So after you've planned your message, you've gathered information, you've thought about your audience, selected a medium, this is actually focused on the composition. You could think of chapter 5 as being the drafting, writing with your intended audience in mind. And it starts to focus on organization and paragraphing, and get a little bit closer to the sentence level. Like always, at the end of each chapter are some practice questions, so feel free to review by using these. I think there's an answer key in the back to check your answers. The other things going on this week that should probably remind you of is you have a quiz on the first 3 chapters. The quiz is in D2L. There's a link right here in the post, and it will be open until 11:59 on Saturday at the end of the week. So make sure that you take the quiz. You have one attempt. I think it's about 25 or 30 multiple choice questions, and you have 30 minutes to take it. So review, go over the key terms, use the questions in the back of the book, or at the end of the chapters rather, to help you prepare it, and give it your best shot. So that's it. If you have questions related to the textbook, you want me to address something that you think is important, just write a message on the discussion forum somewhere, and I'll take a peek. And I can always make more of these videos to address your needs. I did give you feedback on your introductory memos, so thank you for that. There are a number of you that I reached out and kind of said, if you'd like to come by my office or set something up to review online, we can go over some grammar and punctuation that seem to be an issue for some students. I'm happy to do that. I can either meet with you face-to-face, or we could video chat, but we'll use your introductory memo to kind of review some rules and talk about where you're going wrong, because I know from personal experience, I probably went 12 years of public education not knowing exactly where to place a comma, and it only took a couple of sessions in a writing center to figure out, these are the mistakes that I'm making all the time, patterns of error, and to address those. So send me an email, give me a call, get in touch, and we'll work on that. So good luck with week 5, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.